Most people are taught one simple rule about debt, that all of it is bad, and the goal is to avoid it completely. But the wealthy were taught something very different. They learned that debt is just a tool. And like any tool, it can either build you a fortune, or quietly bury you. Used one way, borrowed money makes the rich richer while they sleep. Used another way, that exact same borrowed money traps ordinary people in a cycle they can never seem to escape. The difference between the two is not luck. It is not income. It is one single idea that almost nobody explains. So today, we are going to decode the real difference between good debt and bad debt, show you how the wealthy quietly use other people's money to get richer, and reveal why everyone else drowns in it. Let's decode it. Let's start with the single question that separates the two. Before you borrow a single dollar, ask this: does this debt put money into my pocket, or does it take money out? That is the entire game. Good debt is borrowed money used to buy something that grows in value or generates income, something that pays you back more than it costs. Bad debt is borrowed money used to buy something that loses value or just drains your cash every month. Here is the key insight. The bank does not care what you do with the money. The interest rate might even look the same. The difference is not in the loan. It is in what you point the loan at. Borrow to buy an asset that earns more than the interest you pay, and the math works for you. Borrow to buy something that earns nothing and shrinks in value, and that same math quietly works against you, every single month, until it wins. Let's look at how most people drown, because the trap is everywhere. Bad debt almost always funds consumption, things you buy, use, and watch lose value. The clearest example is the credit card. Carry a balance, and you might pay 20% interest or more on dinners, clothes, and gadgets that are worthless the moment you own them. You are paying a premium, forever, for things that are already gone. Car loans are the quiet killer. A new car can lose 20% of its value the day you drive it off the lot, yet you finance it and pay interest on that shrinking asset for years. Then there is the lifestyle trap. Borrowing to look wealthy, financing vacations, upgrading phones on credit, buying status you cannot actually afford. Every one of these does the same thing. It takes your future income and spends it today, with interest. That is the cycle. Bad debt forces you to work harder tomorrow just to pay for yesterday. Now let's flip it, and see how the wealthy use the exact same tool to win. Good debt is leverage. It is borrowing money to control an asset that earns more than the loan costs you. Picture a rental property. You put down $20,000, borrow the rest, and a tenant pays your mortgage for you. The property rises in value over time, and you control an asset worth hundreds of thousands, using mostly the bank's money. Your small down payment is doing the work of a fortune. Businesses do the same thing. A loan to buy equipment that produces far more profit than the interest costs is not a burden. It is a multiplier. Even a sensible mortgage on your own home, or a degree that genuinely raises your lifetime income, can be good debt. The principle never changes. The wealthy borrow at one rate and aim that money at something that earns a higher rate. They are not spending borrowed money. They are investing it. The gap between the two is where fortunes are quietly built. But leverage cuts both ways, so let's cover the rules that keep good debt from turning bad. Rule 1. Never borrow for something that loses value if you can possibly avoid it. If it is pure consumption, save up and pay cash. Rule 2. Only take on good debt when the numbers genuinely work, when the asset is highly likely to earn more than the interest you are paying, with a real margin of safety. Optimistic guesses do not count. Rule 3. Respect the danger. Leverage magnifies gains, but it magnifies losses too. If a deal only works when everything goes perfectly, it is not good debt. It is a gamble wearing a suit. Rule 4. Attack high-interest bad debt first. Paying off a credit card charging 20% is a guaranteed 20% return, risk-free. Nothing else in finance reliably beats that. So before you invest $1, kill that balance. Use these rules, and debt stops being the thing that owns you, and becomes a tool that you own instead. So let's bring it all together. Debt itself is not good or evil. It is a tool, and the only thing that matters is where you point it. Point it at things that lose value, and it quietly drains your future, one payment at a time. Point it at assets that earn more than they cost, and that same borrowed money becomes one of the most powerful wealth-building forces on the planet. The wealthy did not avoid debt. They mastered the difference. Ask the one question. Does this put money in my pocket, or take it out? Kill the bad debt fast, use good debt carefully, and you flip the entire game in your favor. Master this, and you stop working for money, and start making borrowed money work for you. If this changed how you see debt, subscribe to Money Decoded. Next time, we are decoding how the wealthy legally pay less in taxes than the people who work for them. Your money has been decoded. Now go make it work for you.